Hang on.
My name is Ed.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing on this evening? I'm gonna be talking about evolution, how it got here, and where we come from in the beginning, way before BC, and way before the biblical people that we are learning today, way before Christianity, and way before slavery and religion. But I got a friend in the background, Eric Austin. He's a well known good friend of mine. And it's good to meet good people. And when you do have good people in your life, cherish them. Cherish good people. They don't come very easy, they are hard to find. But anywho, we could be talking about evolution and mankind and how it started all in the beginning. So I got Eric here. He like to introduce himself. So Eric, speak loud and clearly so they can hear you.
Hello, how you doing? My name is Eric Austin. But thank you to be here today. Well, I have a brand new, sorry guys, I had a brand new notebook. It called it's like Israelite Eric, and I had a purple notebook. So now my friend he gave me ECU.
Yeah.
Yes, and I just love it because this one is paper. Because it bought a new paper. Yes, thank you so much. Because anyway, you know, we're gonna talk about evolution and like the mankind. So I want my friend Jermaine Perez. Welcome to my best friend Jermaine Perez.
Thank you.
Definitely, great Jermaine.
Thank you. Just in case if y'all couldn't hear him that good, he was talking about he had just gotten some notebooks and some paper and pens. So he been writing down notes. Like whatever we learn, we writes them down. See, like I got a notebook right here, so I know it's backwards, but it says Israelite Bible. John the 8th chapter and the 32nd verse. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Go read John 8th chapter and the 32nd verse. Everything that you want to know in this life is in what you call a Bible. Not to preach. Let the church say amen. And let the church say amen again and again. No, that's not what the Bible's for. This book is history, guys. This is the history. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. You belong to Shem, Isaac, Jacob, and I believe I said them all. You belong to all those tribes. And I'm going to tell you everything about evolution. But we have to talk about evolution first before we can talk about who we are in the Bible. Because we was nothing. We was nothing in the Bible until evolution. So I'm not going to read the whole thing to y'all guys. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm just going to give you the basics. just give you basic facts. So, Eric, are we in Genesis, the first chapter and the first verse? I'm gonna give Eric enough time to look for it. Genesis, first chapter and the first verse. See, I like him because he is excited about this stuff. He's patient. I couldn't find any friend that are interested in this type of stuff but him.
What is it? Janet?
Yeah, Genesis, the first chapter and the first verse. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got the first one here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, this is not weed either, guy. This is a cigar, okay? Cigar. I only do cigar and pipe, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Genesis chapter 7, go to 1, right?
Yep. So let's go there. Yeah. So here we go. Genesis, the first chapter and the first verse. And before I start reading, I know y'all like, well, what do uh first Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1 got anything to do with evolution? It got a lot to do with evolution, okay? Genesis is revolution. I keep saying revolution. I'm sorry. Evolution. I'm sorry. If I said if I said revolution in the beginning, y'all forgive me. I meant to say evolution.
Yes, evolution. Yeah.
Yeah, evolution, not revolution. Evolution. Genesis, the very first chapter of Genesis, is about evolution. Okay, just want you to know that, and I'm gonna tell you why. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form or void. Darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. You got to understand, when it was nothing, when it was nothing on this earth, it was darkness. Darkness was the very first dominant species or thing or whatever. Whatever this darkness was, it was dominated. It was dominant. Y'all see how black my shirt is? It's black, right? That's how the earth was. It was black. Can you imagine being on the earth and it was just black and you living on it? Can you see yourself living on a very black earth, but you still was able to see but can't see? Can you imagine that, Eric? It would be hard to see, won't it?
Yeah.
It would be very hard to see.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chapter 3. I'm sorry. Verse 3. Verse 3, Eric. And God said, let there be light. So, what do you see around us? You see light, right? But if I turn everything, off, if I turn everything off, it's darkness. Even when I try to turn my TV off, it's darkness. But what did he say in verse 3? Let there be light. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light that it was good. And God said, divide the light from the darkness. So the light and the darkness had to be separated. And it's going to tell you why. And God called the light day. That's why. He called the light day. Right now is what I don't got my watch. It's 8:59 right now. So it's dark outside now. So it's called, and the darkness he called night. It's nighttime right now. And in my part of the country, I live in the United States. Here in the eastern part, me and Eric live in the eastern part of the United States. So it's dark where we at. He called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. This is what he did on the very first day. In verse 6, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. See, there was firmament and waters, which it's supposed to be land, but it was not land yet. It had not manifested itself yet. It it had not formed yet. So can you imagine this earth just being nothing but water? Water and darkness? Wow. And God said, and God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament, and from the waters which were above firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament the heavens of above, and the evening and the evening and the morning was the second day. That was the second day, people. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into the place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. The dry land began to appear. So it began to have land. There was no creatures. There was still no living thing. Nothing. Not even humans. Not even fishes. Nothing was there yet. Appear, and it was so. And God called the dry land earth. So this is what we're walking on right now. We're walking on earth that was developed, and gathered together of the waters, and called he seas. The seas. Like when you go to the beach, you hear that ocean go. You ever go to the beach and go. That was the sea. And said, God saw it was so. And God said, let the earth bring the forth grass and herbs yielding seed, and the fruit trees yielding fruit after this kind. Those seeds is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. Plants were here way before we were. Why do you think trees live longer than we do? Trees is the oldest, plants are the oldest thing on earth because it was the first living thing way before us, way before creatures. So there was not no Adam and Eve yet, people. No Adam and Eve whatsoever yet. So stop putting Adam and Eve first before evolution. Evolution was first. Okay, where we at? I'm going to read verse 11 again. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass and herbs, yielding seed, and the fruit tree, yielding fruit after his kind, those seeds in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herbs, yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit. Those seeds was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning was the third day. All that took place on the third day, people. The trees, the herbs, the grass, that was on the third day. From verse 14. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons seasons, and for days and years. See, all this created what? Uh, winter, spring, summer, fall. Winter, spring, summer, fall. See, fall coming up now. So everything is going to start cooling down. Everything will start cooling down pretty soon. The leaves are going to fall everywhere. And this was on the what? Fourth day. And I'm on 15 now, Eric. I'm not going too fast, Emma.
Yeah, I'm in the now.
Yeah, I'm on 15. And let them be for light in the firmament, in the heavens, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God said, and God made two great lights. The greater light to rule. The greater light, I believe, was that sun. When it said the greater light to rule the day. Yeah, that greater light was that big ball of fire. It's called a sun. That was the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. The lesser light was the moon. That's why you still are able to see at night because of the moon. And that's why you still able to see during the daytime because of the big ball of fire called a sun. So not only that he gave us day and night, he gave us also the sun and the moon. Okay. And he made the stars also. The stars also was able to let us see during the night. And God said, let them in the verse 17. And God said, let them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God said, and God saw that it was good. 19. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. 20. This is the fifth day. And God said, let the waters bring fat. Sorry. Verse 20. God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the morning creatures. This is where I want to start right here. This is where evolution begins. Did I say that right? Evolution? Evolution. I did say that right. I keep saying revolution. I don't know why I keep saying revolution. Evolution. This is where, this is where evolution began on the fifth day when living things began to become on the upon of this earth. When it came upon on this earth. This is where it get interesting. And all creatures that have life and fold and may fly above the earth in open firmament of the heavens. Now let me stop right there at 20 before I go further down. Let me start right there. Now let me go back to some of my notes that I wrote in the past. Hey Eric, remind me that I stopped on verse. I'm at verse 21. Remind me when I go back to Genesis. I'm on verse 21. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on verse 21 because I'm gonna go back to it. Hold up. Now let's go and find my notes on evolution. Who started? I hope I wrote it all in this notebook. I believe I did. I hope I did.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. Okay. The beginning of no, that's not it. Destroy. Who are the real? Okay. Rebellious spirit. How they ever revolution, the man be so forcing us into their religion. Okay. Who is the real? Okay. Laws and commandments. Okay. War on the black. Okay. For some reason, I thought I wrote it in this book. Um, Let me take my time here. Who started? And I spoke about the first two. Isaiah. Okay, it's not in this one. I really thought it was in that one. I don't know why I didn't. Hey, Eric, didn't I write down evolution stuff? I thought I did.
See, this is what
Thought I wrote down. I thought I wrote down everything in this book about evolution. Why did God hate it? It's what is the real name of Africa? How did Caucasian? What were the forcing the man beast? Ethiopian, how did the laws, William, the family, the laws plan, who was the laws given to, who are the real haunting during the beginning of the youngest son of Noah was born with Robert. Y'all give me a minute here. Um, Nobody knew the son of God's name. Who painted over? Okay, that's talking about painting over
um,
denomination beast, the ruler church, bringing down the ruler. False. Um, Hold up now. Hold up. I know I wrote it down. Hold up. I know I wrote it down.
I've got it.
If I didn't, if I don't find it, I remember what I said. So I just want to make
This one
sure.
right here.
Huh?
This right here.
What you got up there? I can't read that.
This was in Genesis.
What is that talking about?
This is in Genesis. It's talking about God blessed them, said, these fools and overside and for the water and the sea and the
Oh no.
overside.
Oh no. I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to find my notes on how you know that the okay. Oh, this is about. I'm gonna need this in the future too. I'm gonna keep up with it. I know I wrote it down. I don't know why it ain't in this notebook right here. I don't understand that. I must got another notebook somewhere and put it up. Okay, I started to write it right here. Okay, these are empty notebooks, so y'all give me a moment here. It's probably right in front of my face. These just empty notebooks, so here it got to be in this notebook. It got to be.
What have you done? You did it last time when you read it.
It got to be in these notes. Who?
One.
I'm gonna go real slow. Who are the? It got to be in this notebook because I thought I wrote it in this notebook. I know how to talk about it, but I want to go down my notes. But I remember most of everything I was saying. The beginning of it. I can't believe. Why did I lose that? I thought I wrote everything in here in this book. I know because we talk about Leviticus so much. Not hey, man, the man be focused on. Okay, that's not it. Why the 12 tribes? Um, why God hate Esau? Um, the laws release genetic. Why did God say out his mouth? I don't know why everything is not in this notebook. I don't understand it. Well, anyway, guys, it's not in this notebook. I don't know why. I must have hid that notebook from myself. And I do not know why I did that. And I know it ain't in none. It should be. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's some of it. I got some of it, not all of it. I don't know where that notebook is at, but I'm gonna have to start with that one. I found one of them, so y'all hold on. Not in that. Genesis. Okay. You might be getting somewhere here. Boy, these some old papers I had back in the days, boy. In the beginning. Y'all bear with me. Okay. Thought I would get somewhere in that notebook, but I won't. Eric, what in the world did I do with them notes?
What happened?
I don't know. I thought I wrote that down. I must have never write it. Oh, I know what I did. I did a video on it, and I never wrote it down.
Did a video for
I did a video.
Facebook.
I did a video on it on Facebook, but I never wrote it down. That's exactly what it is. I never wrote that stuff down. But okay, guys, sorry about that. I was trying to find the notes, but I'm gonna start with what I do have: evolution, the process of which different kind of living organism are through to have. Sorry, evolution, the process of which different kind of living organism are thought to have developed and diversified from earlier forms during the history of the earth. Archaeology analyzes the physical remains of the past and pursuit of a broad and comprehensive understanding of human culture. Osteology means the study of bones and compresses studies of both humans and animals material. Osteological materials form the largest amount of hind at arch, archaeological e- excavation, or regardless of the site, contain barrels of sediment structures. Yeah, so let's get started. Sorry about that, guys. I was really trying to dig for my notes. I really thought I wrote it down, but Eric, it looked like I ain't never wrote it down. I did a video about it on Facebook. So let me get y'all started here about evolution. This is what happened, guys. Water. Hold on, let me go back to my Bible. Okay, we had what? Verse 21. Verse 21. I ain't gonna read that yet. Let me tell y'all. When water and a virus began to meet, they made it. Yes, water and this virus that was under this, that was in this ocean, like under the sea, it has sex, people. Y'all talking about what? How in the world water and a virus gonna have sex? It's not talking about that type of virus that they killing you with today. And that's gonna be a whole new different video. So we ain't talking about that type of virus. But we talking about this type of living virus that was here way before any creatures came about. Yes, this virus and water have made it. I believe that virus was the female and the water was the male. That's where you got your man and woman from. Because I always wonder, like, where did male come from and where did females come from? Like, the first thing you'll say, oh, God made Adam and Eve. He took the rib out of Adam and made woman. And then some of y'all believe in the story of Lilith, saying that Lilith was the first female before Eve. So it's a lot of mysterious stories about Adam and Eve. It's a lot of mysterious stories about it. But what truly happened way before Adam and Eve, it was a virus, people. It was a living virus. If you would drop this water right here, I wish I had my plant, but I don't have a plant right now. But if you put some sugar, because I tried it, I was trying to experiment on YouTube. They were telling you how to grow your plant. If you put some sugar in your plant, it'll grow and keep it healthy. It'll keep it healthy, all right. But it would create gnats. I had gnats. Eric, you remember I had gnats all in my house?
Yeah.
I had gnats all over my house, y'all. I could not figure out where the heck them gnats came from. And then all of a sudden, I put sugar water in my plant because I was going by this remedy on YouTube trying to tell you how to keep your plant healthy. Man, I don't know what was in that water or what made that sugar create them gnats, but that's what that's what evolution did. Evolution did the same exact thing. That virus, I'm trying to make it short, Eric. That virus and that water made it. They had sex. It's proven. It's proven that they did that. It begins to multiply. It was multiplying. It was forming. It was just doing this thing. It was just forming. It was just forming. And the very first living thing, I'm trying to see who was that. The very first living thing that was alive was a fish. It was a strange looking fish, and it had life, and it had no eyeballs, and it had no legs, and it had none of that. It was just crawling in the water, just crawling. It was just crawling like this, just a crawling, and other things was forming at the same time. It was other living sea creatures crawling and swimming in the water. So it had to use its own capacity. It had to use its own capacity. And once that living fish began to use its capacity, it formed itself an eye. It developed its own eyeball. This is true, y'all. It was able to see. So now this living fish was able to see. So it began to be more intelligent, a little bit more intelligent. And then all of a sudden it was trying to get away from danger. So it had to learn how to escape. So it reached up to the top of the water and began to grow nostrils. Why do you think we got nose? Why do you think we have nose? We have every feature of that first sea creature that was first developed during evolution. That's why we have a nose, people. You breathe through your nose, air comes out of your nose, air comes out of your mouth because that fish was able to reach up to the top of the water and begin to breathe. And once it began to breathe, it developed hands. It began to develop feet. And once that fish was able to develop feet, it began to walk on land. It walked on land. So, not let me go ahead of y'all about evolution, but let me go back to verse 21. It's going to explain to you how everything came about. Yeah. And it says in verse 21, Eric, and God cre- and God created great whales. Y'all hear that? Great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly. You hear that? The great whale was already created too. Can you imagine big old whales that was in that water? Excuse me. After their kind. So every living sea creature had its own kind. You have fishes down there that were that was related to other fishes. That fish was related to that fish. That fish was related to that fish, and then so and so and so on. That's what verse 21 was talking about. And God blessed them, saying, "Hold up, did I skip Eric? Uh, Back to 21. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. There was this same fish that was created in this water was able to have the capacity to fly. That's how you got your butterflies. That's how you got your bumblebees. That's how you got your flies. Even roaches know how to fly. Roach fly. Roaches, I believe roaches were the very first crawling evolution creature. The reason why I believe that, the reason why I believe roaches were the very first ones, because they are intelligent people. I'm telling you. They almost act like a human. I'm telling you, Eric, roaches act like humans. They know how to fly. Roaches can fly. They can bite. What else they can do? They can jump. Roaches can jump. I remember. I tried to pick up a roach off my table or something like this. It was some kind of object I had in my hand. I picked up that object and that roach just jumped right on off. So they have everything that most living creatures have. And they're a little crawling roach. But they have most of the capacity that every living thing have. You don't believe me? Pay attention to a roach. Pay attention to it. They do. Yep. So let's go on and on. Okay, where we at? Yeah, 22, right? Or 23? No, 22. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply." He was telling all these creatures to be fruitful and multiply. So God wanted all these creatures to multiply. Just go. Just have your way. Just keep making more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And that's what happened. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the fowl multiply the earth." That means all these living things that the water had to keep growing, keep multiply. All these creatures that the scientists have not discovered. They had not discovered all these creatures in this water. You'd be surprised what's down there in the deep of the ocean. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a human down there with things that look like a real mermaid. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a fish down there with a human head. I would not be surprised because you got to understand some evolution had a defect. This is where it get deep. I ain't gonna go ahead of you now. I ain't gonna go ahead. Okay. Now, verse 23, and the evening and the morning was the fifth day. 24, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind. Now, where were Adam and Eve at? He ain't even talked about it yet. There was no humans yet, right?
Yeah.
So where is all this? Oh, God created Adam and Eve first before he made all of the animals. No, he made the living sea creatures and the living land animals before he did Adam and Eve. So stop lying. John the 8th chapter, 32 verse, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Y'all stop lying about this Bible. Tell the truth. God is evolution. God is nothing but a creator. I tell people that all the time. He's a creator. He's not a human. He's a dominant. He's a dominant living thing. It's called life. That's all he is, a creator of life. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind, and cattle, and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. Beasts. Beasts are these strange looking four-legged animals that was walking on the earth. Can you imagine something that ugly? Something real beastful with four legs walking on the earth? Where it did, it was walking on the earth. They were eating each other up, trying to survive like dinosaurs. They were doing all that stuff. So dinosaurs was here. Yeah, they was here. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind. So all these strange looking beasts had its own kind. And everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make, here we go, verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. You got to understand, when God said that in verse 26, these man was not human yet, guys. What's that word called? Neanderthals. These type human was like a Neanderthal. They was real. They were real hairy. I mean, like hairy all over. Hairy. They didn't even look like the way we look now. See, we are fully human, but we did not look for fully human like this. We was not looking like this in the beginning. Why do you think I? Why do you think I got hair on my face? Why do you think we have hair under our arms? Why do you think we have hair down below? Why do you think we have hair growing out our ears, hair growing out our nose, whatever? Even have eyebrows. You got hair on top of your head. The reason why we have hair, guys, because we are part of these Neanderthals. This is where evolution comes from. Hair is a symbol of an animal trait. Okay? This is where hair comes from. Because the Neanderthals were like a beast type looking thing that looked like us. It it was able to stand, like, I don't know if y'all can see me, but I'm gonna show y'all. It stood like this. It stood like this in the beginning and walking like this. It was walking like this. But when the Neanderthals began to be more intelligent, it was able to stand up. It was able to stand up. That's why we stand up on our 2 feet today. That's why we are able to stand up. So, so we don't walk. We don't. mm, We don't crawl anymore. We walk on our 2 feet, and we use our hands to build. We use our hands to make things. We use our hands to grab, and we use our hands to open and be able to drink. And we use our hands to kill, to slaughter animals so we'll be able to eat. So we began to be more intelligent. This is what the Bible was talking about these Neanderthals. When he said, where it said that, Eric? And God said, verse 24, and God said, let the earth bring, I'm sorry, verse 26, and God said, let us make man in our own image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish and of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creep upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. And in the beginning of God created he him, male and female created he them. So so God had to create it male and female. That's where that part come in at. And God said in verse 28, bless them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish in the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herbs bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which in the fruit of a tree, yielding seed to you, to you it shall be for meat. See, God was giving these Neanderthals all this good stuff. There was no murder, there was no sin, there was no confusion, there was none of that stuff. Can I mean these Neanderthals didn't know nothing about murder. They ain't know nothing about this stuff. So he was giving these Neanderthals all this stuff. And to every beast of the earth and every fowl of the air, I'm on verse 30 now, Eric. Verse 30. And everything that creepeth upon the earth, there is life. I have given every green herb for meat. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. In the evening and the morning was in the 6th day. That was the 6th day. Okay, chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished. The heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day. The 7th day is Saturday, people. See, I got a hard time doing that. You got to understand Sunday, it got the word sun, sun, meaning the first day. So you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He rested on the 7th day. Wednesday is the middle day of the month. That's why they call Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is the seventh day. You're supposed to fast. You're supposed to pray. You're supposed to worship. And I have a hard time doing it. I am not doing that like I'm supposed to. So I got to learn how to fast on a Saturday. So, because he rested. Okay. Now let's go back where he rested. Okay. What verse I'm on? I'm talking so much. Does the earth? What verse I'm on, Eric? I know I'm on chapter 2. Huh?
Yeah. Chapter 2.
Okay, chapter 2. Verse what?
Yeah.
Verse 3? Okay, verse 3. And God, yeah, thank you. See, I tell y'all, he's my partner. He always look out for me. And God blessed the seventh day and sacrificed it. See, he sacrificed it because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heaven. Okay, here we go. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. And for the Lord God not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and the waters and whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man. So y'all see how it went right back to water again? For the Lord God had not called it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground, but there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed it into his nostrils. Let me tell y'all something. God did not literally just took his nose and went, y'all stop being silly. Stop being silly, okay? He did not literally take his nostrils and blew out of his nose and made man. It was talking about the air. It was air itself. Like yesterday, we had a tropical storm. God was blowing all day long yesterday. You were feeling his nostrils then. You were feeling the air of God then. This is what that's what happened. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed it into his nostrils and the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. Whatever that Neanderthal thing was, it died out. That evolution part died out, and it had to restructure itself into the new modern man of today that look like you and I, which is what water and air made this living human come to life. Okay, and it became a living soul. Verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Okay, Eden was a place. Eric, I wrote all this stuff down. I just don't know what I did with it. Hold on, y'all. I think I know where it is. Hold up. Hold up. I will find it some other time. I don't know where in the world it went to. But anyway, okay, where we at? Verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed and out of the ground, and made the Lord to made the Lord God to grow every tree that he that is pleasing to the sight, and God for food, and tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden. See, oh, we're gonna stop right there. I could not understand. Now I see where good and evil come from. So God gave this living man all this herbs. This very first man had it good, y'all. He had it real good. After all the evolution took place, after all the living things came about, I mean, like that very first virus, and that water made it. After all that work that he did, this man was black. Somebody said, what? Yes, this very first human was black, people. Because you got to understand, the earth was already black. So black was already dominated. This shirt is dominated out of everything I got on. This black shirt overpowered this brown hat. This black shirt overpowered my skin. Black is dominated, y'all. So where we at now? Verse 10. And the river went out of Eden to the water, the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is in which compasseth the whole land of Havana. Eric, I wrote this stuff down. I don't know where it is. It's crazy. I wrote all this stuff down because you remember I looked that up, huh?
Me too. I might have. I'm gonna go see down. I did it.
I know. I know you probably got yours. You might need to send me those copies back. Uh-huh. You might have to send me all those copies back about evolution. About evolution. Yeah. I wrote that stuff down. I'm probably looking right at it. Probably ain't even searching for it. But
What
anywho,
number?
huh?
What number? What number?
Um,
Number 10.
yeah, verse 10, yeah. I wrote all that stuff down. But guys, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let's be truthful to the word. Let's be honest about life. Because everything that I wanted to know about life, God gave it to me. Church ain't gonna give it to you. Going to church on Sunday, they're not gonna tell you the true story about Adam and Eve. They're not gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do a second chapter. I mean, not a second chapter, but I'm gonna have to do another video. I mean, chapter. Video 2 on evolution because I lost my notes because I wrote this stuff down. I remember writing this stuff down, Eric.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's not in this because this is my main book right here. But anywho, I'm gonna finish telling y'all because I'm learning myself and evolution is very powerful and it's very real and we still going through changes today. There are things today that are being developed right in front of our eyes. You remember a long time ago, you could have an ant crawling on you and it would not bite. All the regular ants are gone now. I don't know where the regular ants are. I don't know where they are. All the ants now, they bite.
As in a fight ant, red ant must be a fight ant.
They bite. But but do you
Yeah.
remember but do you remember when you were growing up, you can have an ant crawling on you and you can play with it and everything and it don't bite? You try to let an ant crawl on you. If you try to let an ant crawl on you today, it's gonna bite the mess. It's gonna bite the mess out of you now.
It must be a fight ant.
Creatures
That
are
is very
becoming creatures are becoming more deadly. Creatures are becoming more poisonous now because it got to finish the earth. It has to finish the earth. So they become more violent, just like people are becoming more violent. People are becoming more violent as well because that's why you got war on the food. Our food is engineered. Our food is being more processed. Our food is being more created. It's, it ain't like you could just grow food and it become natural. Now they call food organic. Why are you calling natural stuff organic? Why can't it be just natural? I only like the word organic because that let me know that you engineering our food more with organic food. You got to understand when Adam and Eve came about, they ate everything natural because the book of Genesis explains to you. God gave these two people the herbs, gave them the plants, gave them certain type of meat to eat. But what we do, we want to fry the food. We want to fry it. We want to add all these ingredients on top of it. We want to do this and that. We want to see my friend teaching me how to eat. He's slim. I'm fat. I love to eat. Yeah, I ate me some steak today, but I don't like the way I did it tonight. But it's okay. But I guess because I rushed on the steak, I can't really say that steak tastes like butter because it didn't taste like no butter. Uh, I should have took my time with it, but yeah, um, this is part of life. This is evolution. And somebody said, "Why are you doing this video?" I'm doing this video because you have to believe in evolution before you can believe in anything else. But you better thank God for evolution. You better thank God for all these creatures that survive because when evolution was taking place, And if these creatures did never survive, we wouldn't be standing here today. We wouldn't be here. So evolution and these creatures had to survive to create you, to make you. It wouldn't have been no Adam and Eve if it weren't for evolution. God just didn't. God just didn't make the earth and say, "Oh, let's make Adam. Let's make Eve." No, everything had a everything had a process. I had a process making this video. I had to write down the title. I had to set it up, and I had to make sure I got my topic right. I had to make sure I got my title right. I got to make sure that I make a whole lot of sense for before it becomes. I mean, so it can become a evolution video, and I'm giving you an evolution video on YouTube. I did a whole live video on evolution, and I'm going to show y'all a video after I finish talking on evolution. This is one of the greatest videos. Look, Eric, I'm live now. I'm live now on YouTube. Yeah, I'm live now. Hold up, I gotta make this. I gotta make the screen bigger. See, you see that big screen right there? That's me live right now. Now let's type in evolution. I'm gonna type in evolution. Okay, there you go. There you go. I think this was the video. Won't this the video right here? Hold up. Hold up. I want to make sure this is the video first. Uh, yeah, I believe this is it. Yeah, this is it. So y'all check this video out. Yeah, this is it right here.
Master strike. Predators threaten to wipe us out. From rodent to reptile, we face extinction at every turn. From the land into
Hold
the
up,
water,
Eric. You can't see it.
fighting to survive every step of the way. From fish to worm, back to the very first spark of life, to a single, simple cell. This is the most extraordinary and probable story ever told. The story of mankind rising.
This is telling you how we came about, how human first came.
4 billion years ago, a ball of rock and dust spins in the frozen vacuum of space. This isn't Mars or Venus.
Eric, that's what the Earth looked like before it came about.
This seething, lifeless mass of molten lava will become home to nearly 9 billion living species.
Can you imagine living on the earth like that?
But generating life from this will take a chain of events that defies the laws of probability. There are many theories. Nobody knows exactly how or where life began.
I know how life
But it
began.
couldn't happen without water.
See, it would not happen without water. You heard him?
Experts believe asteroids or comets delivered it here. The water is churning with chemicals and organic compounds. Lightning strikes the chemical soup at the right place and the right time. Billions of volts of electricity trigger a chain of improbable coincidences. The chemicals atoms join up in a precise sequence, creating a bundle of genetic material. These fragile genes don't stand a chance in this extreme environment. But luck strikes again.
Lightning played a big role too. Lightning.
To create the first ever cell. Now, the genes send out messages, chemical instructions. And
see, I call it a virus.
Years ago, they do something extraordinary.
See how it multiplies?
They copy themselves.
See how it split it?
To create a perfect clone. This is the very first living thing.
See?
Every human, every animal, every bug, every plant can trace its origins to this single cell.
Every living thing was in that one little cell.
To reproduce, guaranteeing their survival as they pass from one generation to the next. For 2 billion years, the only living things are simple single cells. But a random accident changes everything. 2 cells merge. Their genes combine. The merged cell clones itself. Its offspring contains genes from not one, but 2 cells, 2 parents. We call this accident sex.
See?
Sex introduces
called it sex.
Occasionally, things go wrong. As the cells reproduce, genes get deleted, duplicated. These cells are mutants. Mutations pile up. Differences increase. Until the cells become so different, they're separate species. The tree of life branches out into billions of species, but only one will lead to us. Mutating and diversifying, spreading out through the oceans, getting bigger, more complex, until our ancestor is a 3-inch long water worm. This is us 550 million years ago.
That's what we look like right there.
Mutations create distinct male and female sexes. We produce more offspring, passing on more genes. Mars and Venus. Boy meets girl. It all starts here. But finding a partner is almost impossible when every living thing is blind.
They didn't have no eyes or nothing.
In this sea of darkness, the ability to see will give us a critical advantage. Nature's most perfect innovation begins to take shape. A handful of skin cells. Now,
a bunch of cells created that eyeball.
Find more prey, dodge more predators. We live longer and produce more offspring. Creatures with light-sensitive cells dominate the population. Over countless generations, more mutations refine the cells. This is natural selection in action, the process that allows every living thing to adapt to the world. And that gives our ancestor Eyes.
See, it developed eyes.
We can see. And everything we can see is descended from that first single cell. But we need to make sense of what we're seeing. Behind our eyes, a tiny collection of nerve cells clustered together. They're no bigger than a pinhead. One day, this will be nature's most complex and mysterious organ. 521 million years ago, this is the very first brain.
Wow.
We are a
See that fish?
creature called mitochondria. Our brain can make simple decisions, process basic information. But we can't outwit or outrun this. Anomalocaris, the great white of the ancient oceans. Our odds of extinction are far higher than survival. Of all the species that have ever lived, 99% of them are extinct.
So good. They better be glad that fish survived, because we wouldn't have been here.
Your jaws, your teeth,
Brute teeth and everything.
Over 400 million years ago, we faced the wrath of a primeval monster. Jaws and teeth mean more food and a bigger, stronger body. Until 375 million years ago, we're a foot-long armored fish.
Wow.
We look invincible, but we're not. Now, the choice is simple. Get out of his way or die. We're safe in shallow water.
This is the one I want
Or
to
are
see.
we? The water's stagnant. There's not enough oxygen. Starved of oxygen, cells shut down. Toxic carbon dioxide saturates the blood. We can't go back. We can't stay here. There's only one place left for us to go.
See, that fish was dying.
It takes over 3 billion years for our ancestor to evolve from a single cell to a foot-long armored fish. Now, our future looks bleak. But natural selection throws us a lifeline. Over millions of years, thousands of generations, our body adapts until we do something no fish has done before. Breathe air.
See? See? It was able to breathe air.
The air travels into a new organ, a lung.
It created a lung.
And remember, it's because a monster fish chased our ancestor into the stagnant water, forcing them to breathe air. We're an ichthyostega. We can breathe air or water, closing off our windpipe to switch between lungs and gills. Today, our gills are gone, but the mechanism remains, and sometimes it spasms, giving us the hiccups. 365 million years ago, we stick our head out of the water.
See, it learned how to stick his head out of the water.
There's a swamp behind us, paradise ahead. The choice is simple, but the consequences are immense. We pull ourselves out of the water and change the course of history.
I'll take my medic. Take my medical.
This is the moment we leave the water
I'm taking my medical.
for a new life on land. But all this food comes at a price. The fierce sun dries out our skin. The hard terrain tears at our soft feet. Ichthyostega is a fish out of water. We dodged extinction in a stagnant swamp, only to slam straight into another deadly environment. Countless creatures perish, but natural selection helps our ancestor adapt. Thicker skin protects us from the sun.
They grow thicker
that will one day
skin.
become our fingernails, help us move across the rough terrain until we're Casenaria. We've adapted to life on land, but our eggs haven't. They need a tough shell to stop them drying out in the sun. The problem is males can't fertilize an egg through a tough shell, but they can fertilize it before the shell forms, inside the female's body. Sex as we know it starts here. The result is a masterpiece of evolution. An egg in a tough shell with all the nutrients the embryo needs sealed inside. Sex is the best way to increase genetic variety and keep our species alive.
Yeah, sex
Thanks to sex,
species alive.
340 million years ago, Casenaria becomes the first of our ancestors to live entirely on land. It's a new world, different from anything we've experienced up to now. We breathe air, support our own weight, and wrestle with an onslaught of new smells, sounds, sights. Bombarded with information, our brains evolve. We're smart, and we need to be. From that first creature to set foot on land, millions of species have evolved. More competitors mean less food to go round.
It grew bones, see?
Mutation gives us bigger, more powerful jaw muscles. It's a critical advantage. We can eat more food, faster. And it shows.
That's where your dinosaurs come from.
Pure meat-eating power. This little creature is a Proterosaurus. Once a competitor, now he's prey. With Varanox for an ancestor, our success seems certain. But our story is a roller coaster ride, and there's a big dip coming. 250 million years ago, thousands of miles away in Siberia, the Earth tears itself apart. A giant plume of magma surges up from deep inside the planet. Molten rock oozes through cracks in the Earth's crust.
So the Earth plays a lot of role too.
States under a layer 1,000 feet deep. And it continues for 500,000 years. Trillions of tons of noxious carbon dioxide trap the sun's heat inside the atmosphere. Temperatures soar to over 100 degrees. Plants, the plant eaters, and eventually the meat eaters, perish. 95% of all species die. Only a tiny handful hang on. Among them, us, and another species, that will one day become the dinosaurs. As the fight for survival winds down, the battle for supremacy begins. "30 million years since volcanic eruptions wiped out 95% of all living things. When the eruption struck, we looked like a large lizard. Now, we're a cat-sized creature covered in fur, called ectoninium.
That's where fur came from. Got to grow fur then.
And today is the day it's finally safe to venture out of hiding. You discovered you're not alone. The last thing you want to see is a dinosaur. A 5-foot-tall Herrerasaurus. She evolved from one of the small reptiles that survived the mass extinction. Her ancestors adapted faster than ours, putting the dinosaurs ahead in the game and leaving us playing catch-up. This one's fast, strong, and hungry. We're staring down the barrel of an evolutionary gun. Our only hope, natural selection. Over millions of years, we get smaller, so we're harder to catch. We become nocturnal, making us harder to see. We're cold and scared. Tiny muscles around the base of each hair contract, making our fur stand on end, trapping air as insulation. That's why today, when we're cold or startled, we get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Our senses sharpen so we can see, hear, and smell a dinosaur before a dinosaur sees us. Inside our brain, a new structure evolves.
Yeah, and we do that now.
Cortex, the home of complex thought that allows us to analyze a situation and respond. It will one day give us the power to imagine, create, and communicate. 66 million years ago, we're Batodon, a 2-inch long shrew-like creature living on our wits in the ancient forests of Montana. Humanity's future depends on Batodon's sharp senses and supercharged brain. If these fail, we may never exist.
You hear that? If that little creature didn't never He said, if that little creature would fail, we would not been here.
The dinosaurs may be the best thing that ever happened to us. Thanks to them, we have powerful senses and brilliant brains. Without them, we could still be laying eggs.
Yeah, they said without it, we'd still be laying eggs.
From hungry
Wow.
dinosaurs, we evolved to give birth to live young.
So that's
Instead
where,
of leaving them to fend for themselves,
mammals come from.
sweat glands evolved to become mammary glands. It's a major milestone in our journey from cell to human. The birth of a new kind of animal, one that will branch out into more than 4,000 species, from the smallest mouse to the largest whale, to us.
Wow.
The mammals have arrived. The dinosaurs help shape who we are. But we lost the battle for supremacy. The dinosaurs reigned for over 165 million years. Nothing can stop them, or so it seems.
Wow.
Montana, 65 million years ago. An asteroid strikes 1,800 miles away, off Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. A small, rat-like mammal is about to face the fight of his life, lose, and humans may never exist. Pulverized rock and dust engulf the entire planet. The only way out is to dig. Smoke and ash from the fires block out the sun. Temperatures plummet. Vegetation dies. The local disaster becomes a global catastrophe.
Wow.
For the dinosaurs, it's a disaster. They're big creatures with big appetites. And now, that's a big problem. As the mighty fall, the small rise to the top.
The dinosaurs died out.
Bugs, tough enough to survive the worst catastrophe, gorge on the dead and decaying. And they make the perfect snack. Next time you're about to squash a bug, remember that we wouldn't be here without them. 64 million years ago, our bug-eating ancestor is Purgatorius, just under 6 inches long. This little creature and the rest of his mammal family are the unlikely inheritors of the dinosaur's crown. Mammals become the dominant animals on land. They spread out across the newly formed continents. Our future rests on their tiny shoulders. From the ashes of destruction, new life begins to sprout. 16 million years ago, fruit ripens on the trees, packed full of nutrients. The more fruit we eat, the longer we live. We leave solid ground for a new life in the trees.
Man.
A new world demands a new body.
See, it grew like a monkey now.
We've come a long way from that first single cell. Now, at last, we're beginning to glimpse a family resemblance.
And that's where you get your chipmunks, your squirrels.
Members of a new group of mammals.
All them act like monkeys.
By 56 million years ago, we've adapted to our world. But that world is about to change. Again. Over 10 million years, extreme temperature shifts ravage the forests. Forests get smaller. Food gets harder to reach. Natural selection intervenes again. Our tail shrinks back to the base of the spine, where it stays as the coccyx. A reminder of our days spent leaping through the trees. Instead of leaping, we stretch. Our arms grow long and flexible. Changing temperatures changed our ancestors and us forever. But the planet's not finished yet.
So
Deep underground, the African and Arabian plates pull apart. The land between them drops to form the East African Rift Valley.
And all this started in Africa.
A 3,500-mile-long mountain chain rises up.
That's why we the first human. Everything started in Africa.
All of Africa. Now the mountains block their path. The trees.
They ain't gonna tell you that up here, but that's what really happened.
We're starving, desperate. 4.4 million years ago, the will to survive that's driven us from a single cell in the ocean to a complex primate in the forests of Africa is about to make us do something extraordinary. Something no primate has ever done before.
See how it started to look like a human?
After 3 billion years of evolution, we hit an evolutionary dead end. We're Ardipithecus ramidus, 4 feet tall, at 80 pounds, with a brain the size of an orange. Our dense rainforest home has become patchy forest. We can stand on branches, move along them. But to reach more food, we need to let go. Years ago. These are our first steps on 2 legs. Walking takes us to the food.
See how I began to walk on 2 feet?
It catches on fast. Ardipithecus is smart enough to copy and learn. Walking gets passed from parent to child. Over the next 1.2 million years, Our body evolved so that we can walk further and faster. Finding shelter, a mate, and food gets easier, but childbirth gets harder. With a narrower pelvis, giving birth to a fully developed infant becomes impossible. Babies have to come out early, when their heads are smaller and they're barely developed. That's why we are one of the few species to spend years
Say what?
for our offspring, protecting them,
I never seen she was a female.
and keeping them out
It
of
is,
trouble.
yeah. Uh-huh.
3.2 million years
How
ago,
much did you go
we're
buy
Australopithecus.
What?
Our brain is the size of a grapefruit,
How much did
and
you
we
go
walk
find
on
out
two
Adam?
legs all the time.
It's not gonna tell that part. But that's what happened though. You right though, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And the Bible not gonna tell you that either. But that's
Oh, okay.
We got lucky. The lion has already eaten. This time, we can't outrun our predators. The only way to survive is to outthink them. The smarter we get, the longer we live. Natural selection promotes the mutations that improve our brain power, like weaker jaw muscles. Released from the muscle's vice-like grip, the brain is free to grow. It doubles in size. $2.3 million years ago. This is Homo habilis, also known as handyman. Walking on two legs, with a big brain. We're the first of an entirely new type of
so it's called
We're the first
a Homo habilis, something like that.
We're bigger, stronger, and hungrier.
That was the
than
first
ever before.
mankind.
There's food out there,
Oh,
but it's more likely to eat us before we can eat it. We're a scavenger, working alone. We eat whatever we can find.
Yeah, it cut itself.
The edge is razor sharp. We have just made the very first tool. Armed with this, we will change the world.
See? But that's how they was able to make weapons.
East Africa, 2.3 million years ago. After over 3 billion years of evolution, we take our fate into our own hands. We are the first species to make tools. In this hostile environment, we need every advantage we can get. We must fight off predators, starvation, and our own relatives. There's no meat left. It looks like we're going hungry again.
Dang.
But there's bone marrow locked inside, packed with energy. The tool is the key to a whole new way of life. We'll use it to grow crops, build cities, and travel into space.
Wow.
Our thumbs become stronger. Hold a cup. Pick up a pen.
Wow.
We can do this because 2 million years ago, tool use changed our bodies.
I
in the
didn't
course
know
of
that.
evolution. We pieced together our ancestors' story from their bones. But from the vastness of Africa,
I did not know that
all
our
the bones
thumb
of our
grew
early
larger.
ancestors ever found
I was
were
wondering,
fitted to the
wow.
back of a pickup. Less than one bone in a billion becomes a fossil. Factor in the chances of finding those bones across millions of square miles, and it's clear. Most of what has lived
Yeah, the male, yeah.
Our family tree is a giant puzzle with most of the pieces
Yeah.
missing. But 1.8 million years ago, a piece falls into place.
You see how I got a beard?
On the scene, Homo erectus.
Because all the hair didn't go off.
Until this point, we were scavengers. But now, we're hunters. And we've learned how to work with other members of our species. The hunt is on. The impala can run fast, but we can run further. Low shoulders and long torsos stabilize us. Powerful buttock muscles contract, expand, and push us forwards. Sweat stops us from overheating. Covered in fur, the impala is exhausted. Fire. It sparks an idea that will make our ancestors human.
Wow.
Warmth, life, safety is within reach. Nature's power is in our hands. Protected from the terrors of the dark, our extended family gather round. By working
Yeah, look at
together,
that one in the
these
back.
earliest families get food more often, so we live longer.
Can you imagine seeing
This is the
that,
advantage of family
seeing
life.
people look like
The reason
that?
most of us live as we do today.
That's scary.
Meat is too precious to waste.
Yeah, that's how they knew how to cook food.
And cooked meat is easier to chew. The powerful molars used to chew tough raw food retreat back into the gums, where they'll stay, as our wisdom teeth. 35% of us never even grow them, a sign that they may be evolving out of existence. With less energy spent on
I
chewing,
grew with them
our
too.
ancestors had
I
energy
showed
to spare.
did.
The brain increases to the size of a softball, 50%
Mm.
larger than before.
Yeah, I had to get all four of my wisdom tooth pulled out.
Is the cleverest, most cooperative ancestor to date.
Yeah, I had to get all four of them
With
pulled.
several adult males in an extended family, rivalries are inevitable. Communicate, and will live longer.
They had to learn how to talk.
Natural selection kicks in. Our tongue changes shape and moves down our throat, carrying the larynx with it, allowing us to form different shapes in our mouths, making different sounds, and ultimately, words. Speech is our greatest tool.
Yeah,
It's
they
the
learn
last
how to
piece of the
talk.
puzzle that turns our ancestors into us. 200,000 years ago, after a 3.3 billion year battle for survival, we've arrived. We are Homo sapiens, meaning wise men. Pound for pound, we have the largest brain of any creature on Earth. Armed with tools.
And you know what? I believe that's where
We spread out across every
nationality
continent.
nationality
We
started.
evolve and adapt to new environments, new challenges, until we become the undisputed masters of
Well,
the world.
that's it. That's how it all began.
The beginning, and the chances of us evolving again are practically zero. Change one thing, one predator, one lucky mutation, and we wouldn't be here
Hold on a second.
to tell the tale, to piece together the extraordinary story of our 4 billion year journey.
Now, do y'all see how we got here? That's one of the best evolution videos I ever seen, and I believe they worked hard. I mean, super hard on that video. Uh, Genesis was telling you the same exact thing. So somebody knew this stuff. Somebody lived to tell the story of how human people came about. That's how we got here, y'all. That's how we got here. But Christianity and religion is a way to keep you away from the truth. Because we all know that church is based on business. You got to please the pastor. You got to give him a pastor anniversary. You got to please him for him to preach for you every Sunday. In order for this man or in order for this female pastor preach in your church, you got to give them an anniversary. That's how the church is ordained. That's how the church is set up. But when it's your turn, that you need a light bill paid, you need rent due, you about to lose a house. I need a car right now. You think I can just go to my pastor and say, "Oh, pastor, oh, my car got towed. I need a car." You know what he gonna say? All things through Christ Jesus is possible, my brother. All you got to do is just pray about it. Do you pay your tithe and offering, my brother? That's probably why you lost your car, because you don't pay your tithe and offering. It's a setup. They're not going to help you. Now, I'm not going to say that all churches is like that. Now, you may find some churches that may help you. If you got a church like that, you got a good church. You got an awesome church. And I pause for that church. Yes. If you really got a church that will help you, I pause for them. But 9 out of 10, they're not going to help you. You're going to have to help the pastor. But this is what mankind is doing today. So evolution is getting more dominant and dominant and dominant. dominated. I meant to say it's become more dominated, meaning that it's getting worse out here, people, because humans are becoming more dangerous. Because we about to be extinct. We all about to be extinct. Yes, we are literally about to be extinct because it's set up that way. There's got to be something new after this life. Something else got to take over this life. And I believe it's going to be another evolution. And we are the humans of today is going to be the one that create that new evolution. And I hope it be better than this one. So that's why we Israelites got to come together and fight for our nationality. We got to fight for our freedom. We got to fight for the truth and recognize who we are. Stop worrying about fashion. Stop worrying about looking cool all the time. Stop acting like a thug. Stop worrying about your Michael Jordan shoes when Michael Jordan ain't stunting your black ass. Michael Jordan sitting at his house drinking fine wine and smoking name brand cigars. He ain't thinking about you. Michael Jordan ain't thinking about y'all. He never thought about y'all. That man retired from the NBA. What was that team he was in, Eric? That was on the Chicago Bulls, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls.
When he was playing for the Chicago Bulls, this man originated right here in North Carolina. See, I live in North Carolina. This man come from North Carolina, y'all. A country old man like me with a cowboy hat. Where it is? Cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. Smoking a pipe. That man was country just like me, y'all. Now he was up there in Chicago, up there in California, up there in New York, making all that money. And y'all want to be like Mike. Well, you got a long way to go to be like Mike, because Mike don't want to be you. But anywho, I just want to spit some knowledge and some facts to y'all that you better thank God for evolution. That video that I just showed y'all, you better thank God for these creatures surviving. These creatures survive to make you, to create you. We are the four dominated humans of today because of evolution. Adam and Eve took place after all that, okay? Sometimes I'm starting to believe that the story of Adam and Eve ain't even true because there's no facts, there's no proof. When it said it breathed the nostrils of the man, that means, what did it call a homo hanneman, a homo a homo hanneman or something like that. When it was the homo hanneman, I think I said the word right. I might say it wrong, but anyway, that was the very, very first beast that that was developing into a human. I'm a full human. Y'all see all this hair on my face? Y'all see all this hair? That because it came from evolution. When the very first animals grew fur. If animal that never grew fur, we wouldn't have no hair. So evolution is still on us today. That's why you got hair on your eyelashes. That's why you got hair on your eyebrows. You got hair on your beard. Some of y'all grow hair on your chest. I've seen a man grow hair all over his back. He looked like a monkey. Some of these men are hairy today. So it's proof, Eric. It's proof. But I'm about to end this video because this video is long, as long, as long. This is my very first video on evolution. I believe in evolution. I believe evolution is a gift to us. I believe evolution was given to us by the creator of God. God the one that did it. Because Genesis, the first chapter, and all the way down to Adam and Eve that was evolution, okay? The book of Genesis is evolution. And then it goes all the way down to Noah. It went all the way down to Moses, all the way down to Isaac, Jacob, Rebecca. It went all the way down. And it's still going on today. But what we are going through today, we're going through war. We're going through end of times. We are in Revelation. All this is about to end. So that's why you better enjoy yourself now. Don't worry about nobody thinking about you, worrying about who you are. Don't change for nobody because they don't like who you are. I had a girl tell me one time, "Oh, you a good person, but I don't accept your lifestyle." You don't accept my lifestyle. I don't accept your lifestyle. What make your lifestyle different from my lifestyle? I mean, I may not like what you do. Okay, you don't like what I do. I don't like what you do. Then because you don't like what I do and I don't like what you do, they don't mean that we have to put up with it. We don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with you, and you don't have to deal with me. You don't like my lifestyle? Okay. Oh well. What they say now? Girl, bye. Boy, bye.
Na 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 na. Hey, girl, bye.
Yes. Yes. I like the way you did it, Eric. I like that one. Yeah. I mean, do not live your life for other people. That's witchcraft. If somebody trying to control you people, that's witchcraft. I've been dealing with that all my life. I hang around people that love to talk about dead folks. I I hang around people that are always telling me bad news. I hang around people that always got something negative to say. And you know what? I stay away from those type of people because they got bad spirits. Lightning is serious. Did y'all see that video? When that lightning hit that water? That's what happened, Eric. When lightning hit that water, it formed those cells. You remember when it formed those cells? And those cells, they split it. They split it. They split it and made a living fish. It split it. So our body is made up. What what is it? 90% of water. We are made of water. That's proof number one. You can't live without water. You can't live without water. You know why we can't live without water? Because that's where we came from in the beginning. That's where we came from. If water was never, I'm going to end this video. If water was never here, I wouldn't be standing here making this video and try to teach y'all evolution. A lot of y'all black people don't believe that you involved through creatures. Well, I hate to bust your bubbles. Yes, you're dead. You can't tell a bishop that. You can't tell a pastor that. You can't tell some of the Israelites of today that. You can't tell Christianity people that. You sure can't tell religion people that because they're not going to believe it. Evolution brought you here. It brought you here. And you're going to return back to where you were in the beginning. It's just going to start all over again. That's why this life got the end. That's why this one got the end, because it's going to start right back over. Start right back over again. Oh, you coming back. You coming back. We don't know how. We don't know what. If we do, I sure hope it be better than this one. I hope it will never be war. I hope we live forever. I hope we don't never get sick. I just hope that the next, if I'm just saying that, I'm just imagine if there's another evolution. I hope that it's more stronger than this one was. Where can you imagine living forever? I believe we can do it. I believe we can really live forever. If there's another evolution. But you better be glad that those creatures that you saw in that video survived. But you wouldn't been here. I'm gonna be doing a lot of these videos. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be doing a lot of them because it's time for us to learn the truth. It's time out to stop listening to people that just want to be educated and nerdy and all into politicians and all into Hollywood, all into uh, mm, eh, mm, mm, mm. I got my money. Eh, I got my paper. Mm, mm. I got my money. Why you worrying about money so much? If you black, it ain't so much you can do with that money because you sure ain't gonna be in the system. They ain't gonna give you that authority. You just a black person in a cage. There's so much that they're gonna give you. You're not gonna be in the system. Because that's the case, we would have been in the system a long time ago. Don't get it twisted. You better know that you're still a slave. And we gotta break it. They slaving their own people right now. I had a vision. I'm seeing homeless white people on the streets right now. I went in the grocery store today. And I said I was gonna fix me some salad, steak, and some scalloped potatoes. And this white man came up to me and said, "Oh, I'm coming to your house tonight. You white. You white. You supposed to been had your steak. White people don't eat. I mean, black people don't eat steak like that. But we could have did this the whole entire time. We choose not to. We choose to be in the streets. We choose to be thugs. We choose to be in the gang. We choose to smoke weed all day. Acting like that weed saving your life. Acting like that weed keeping you alive. It's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. It don't even make you hungry like that. It's all in your head. It's in your head for you to think like that. You better learn the truth. 'Cause how do we know that there's another life out here? It might be. After we leave this life, it could be another life. Who knows? You can be demolished from this one. You can be gone forever. But where are we going? Do we really have a soul? There's no evidence. I heard people say they died and seen the other side. I believe that I believe they were just in a deep sleep and probably were dreaming because I dream some crazy stuff. Eric, don't you dream too? Dreaming. You know how you dream? Yeah, I dream. Yeah, I be dreaming some crazy stuff, y'all. I do. I, in fact, the other night I had a dream that me and these people was on a tall balcony. I mean, we were like literally on a tall balcony. I believe I climbed up there. I climbed up there, and we had to get down. And the other people got down. They got down with no problem. But I was up there so high, I was scared. It's like it was y'all. I can imagine, but I was way up there, and only thing I could just look down at the ground. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. But I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and it was a strange dream. But I guess that dream was telling me, no matter how high you get, I'm still looking up to you. Y'all remember that song? No matter how high, no matter how high I get, I'm still looking up to you. I guess, I guess Elohim is still looking up to me and say, I got you. I got you. Don't give up. I was up there, Eric. I was up there real high. Yeah. But I'm gonna end this video. Thank you for watching, you guys. I don't know who's up here watching. I'm trying to get my YouTube videos more active. So y'all keep me in your prayers. All praises to Elohim. All praises to the Most High. I am a disciple. I'm a new beginner. Trying to become. I am an Israelite. I'm one of those so-called Black African American that was born right here in the United States. I know my nationality. I know who I am in the Bible, and I know where I come from now. And I don't let Christianity and religion dictate my life. I go by the truth. Evolution is the truth. So all praises to Shalom. Peace. I tell you, got anything to say, Eric?
I want to say thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And we have a blessed day. We have a blessed night. And thank you. Praise the Most High. Praise Shalom.
Yes.
God bless you guys. Have a nice day.
God bless.
You. Have a good night.
Yes. Peace. Oh, yeah.
God love you.
Love.
Amen.
Don't forget the love.
Yeah.
Love. Peace.